You wake up at 6:30, alarm buzzing, coffee brewing, your phone already lighting up with emails, and somewhere in the back of your mind, there's a quiet thought you almost ignore. If I stop working, the money stops too. You know the feeling. You work, you get paid, you stop working, and the income disappears. Look, that's the system most of us grew up in. But here's the strange part. Some people wake up in the morning, check their phone, and see money that showed up while they were asleep. Dividends, rent payments, royalties, digital sales, not lottery money, not get rich quick. Just assets quietly doing their job. Welcome back to John's Finance Insights. I'm John, and today we're talking about something most schools never teach, the difference between working for money and owning things that work for you. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people spend their entire lives increasing their income. Very few focus on increasing their assets. And once you understand the difference, your entire financial strategy changes. Look, here's what most people don't realize. The biggest wealth gap in America isn't just income, it's ownership. According to Federal Reserve data, the top 10% of U.S. households own roughly 89% of all stocks. Not because they work harder, because they own more assets that produce income automatically. This is where it gets really interesting. Once you own the right assets, money can start showing up without new hours of work, not magically, but mathematically. So today, we're breaking down 6 assets that can pay you even while you sleep, and more importantly, why most people never build them. Asset number 1, dividend stocks. Let's start simple. Imagine owning a tiny piece of thousands of businesses. Apple sells iPhones, Coca-Cola sells drinks. Procter & Gamble sells everyday products, and every few months, those companies send you a check. That's called a dividend. For example, if you owned $100,000 in dividend-paying stocks with a 3% yield, you'd receive about $3,000 per year, even if you never sold a single share. And yes, the market goes up and down. But over the long term, stocks have historically returned around 10% annually in the US market. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but $100,000 sounds like a lot. Fair point, but here's the trick. You don't start with $100,000. You start with consistency. $500 a month invested for 20 years at a 10% return becomes roughly $380,000. At that point, the dividends alone could be over $11,000 per year while you sleep. Asset number 2, real estate. This one is probably the most famous, rental property. Someone else pays to live in a property you own. Every month, rent shows up. Now, yes, real estate has work involved, maintenance, tenants, taxes. But once a property stabilizes, it can produce monthly cash flow for decades. Let's say a property rents for $2,000 per month. Mortgage and expenses total $1,500. That's $500 per month in net cash flow, which is $6,000 per year. And over time, rents tend to rise, meaning your asset slowly becomes more profitable. Asset number 3, index funds. This one might actually be the most powerful because it removes the need to pick stocks entirely. An index fund simply buys the entire market. Instead of trying to guess winners, you own all of them. This means companies across the entire economy are working for you: technology, healthcare, energy, retail. When the economy grows, your investment grows. It's simple, but incredibly effective. Here's the thing. Most people underestimate how powerful compounding really is. Albert Einstein allegedly called it the 8th wonder of the world. If you invest $400 per month starting at age 25, assuming 8% growth, by age 65, that becomes roughly $1.3 million, same monthly payment. But time does the heavy lifting. Asset number 4, digital products. This is where the modern economy gets interesting. Let's say you create something once. An online course, a digital template, a stock photo pack, a design asset, you build it once. But people can buy it thousands of times. That means the same work keeps producing income. Creators on platforms like Etsy, Gumroad, and Shopify often sell digital files repeatedly with almost zero marginal cost. One template, thousands of downloads, and suddenly your past effort keeps paying you. Asset number 5, intellectual property. Think about music. A song written 20 years ago can still generate royalties today. The same idea applies to books, software, apps. even YouTube videos. Once content exists, it can continue generating income through advertising, licensing, or royalties. Some creators earn money from videos they uploaded 5 years ago. Was work done once, income repeated thousands of times. That's the power of intellectual property. Asset number 6, businesses that run without you. This is the most advanced asset, a business with systems, employees, automation. You might still oversee it, but it doesn't collapse if you take a week off. That's the difference between owning a job and owning a business. One requires your constant presence. The other can function independently. When systems replace your time, income can continue even when you're not actively working. Now here's the psychological twist most people miss. Building these assets isn't just about knowledge, it's about behavior. Research in behavioral finance shows that humans are naturally biased toward immediate rewards over long-term gains. A famous study by Leibson demonstrated how people systematically prioritize short-term consumption over long-term financial benefits, meaning we instinctively choose spending today over wealth tomorrow. Another study by Sheffrin and Thaler on behavioral life cycle theory explains why people mentally separate money into spending categories, often sabotaging long-term saving. In other words, the biggest obstacle to building assets isn't lack of opportunity, it's human psychology. We're wired for the present. Wealth requires thinking about the future. So here's the reframe. Most people think wealth comes from earning more money, but wealth actually comes from owning things that produce money. Income is active, assets are productive. Income stops when you stop, assets keep going. And once you build enough of them, something powerful happens. Your money begins to generate more money than your job does. That's when the entire game changes. If this video shifted how you think about money, even a little, hit the like button. Subscribe to John's Finance Insights for more psychology-driven insights about wealth. And in the comments, tell me this. Which of these 6 assets are you building right now? And which one do you want to start first? Because the moment you stop focusing only on income and start focusing on assets, your financial future starts looking very different.